ladies and gentlemen. Let's make sure we are live. Good morning, good morning, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning. Happy Friday. Hope you guys are having a fantastic day. Hope you guys had a fantastic week. And I hope you guys are making lots and lots of money. Money, 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 money. Money! Yes. Hope you guys are making lots of money. I'm taking a look right now at GMM, China stock right now. China stock had a bit of a descending wedge over here, then proceeded to kind of consolidate a little bit before curling its way on up over here. Originally, according to the title, it was at 151. Now it is currently at 177. That was the high that it is now at. So we're going to actually take a look at that real quick. Let's get some support and resistance lines over here. Bop right there. All right. So we got that going on right there. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. All right. All right. So, let's get everything all set up and ready to go. Let's get all the announcements out. Let's get a share party going. Let's get to the first 100. First 100. The announcements are coming out and all that good stuff. So, we're doing that right now. Bop right there. All right. Boom. Beautiful. Boom. That's also beautiful right there.
Description's wrong.
Yeah, no, it does that. Yeah.
Description's wrong.
Hold on one second. All right. All right. All right. All right. Give me 1 second. 1 second. All right. All right. Let's make sure we got everything here all set up. All right. All right. All right. All right. Okay. Give me 1 second. 1 second. There we are. Right there. All right. All right, let's get everything all fixed up here, and then we should be ready to go. But yes, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. We're keeping an eye on GMM right now. Has a high a day at $5.26. Has to break above that for it to continue to be schmexy to me. But it has been moving. It's been moving its way on up. Nawamas, good morning. He says, good morning, Team CNM. Any luck with ELPW? Well, we'll take a look at it in just a second. Just got to check on everything else right now real quick. Just got to fix everything real quick. And then we should be ready to go. We should be ready to go. All right. All right, all right, all right. Yeah, we're good here. All right. All right. All right. There we are. There we are. Beautiful. All right. So, yeah, we got everything all set up here. We're good. We're good. Let's make sure we're live on the Facebook. We live on Facebook. Let's make sure. Yes, we are. Good. Are we live on TikTok? We should be. Yes, we are. All right, good. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. All right, so GMM did have a nice high at $1, 179%. 179%. Joab says, good morning, team. Good morning, Joab. Hope you're having a wonderful day, man. Hope you're making lots of money. Yes, sir. Woo! Hope you're making lots and lots of money. All right. Let me get some Joab money, Joab money right there. Some Joab money right there. Yes, sir. And by the way, ladies and gentlemen, be sure to check out our wonderful, wonderful merch. We got all sorts of cool stuff going on in the merch store right now. We got all sorts of cool stuff. We have shirts, we got hoodies, we got mugs, we have stickers, we have mouse pads, we have tumblers, we have lids, the whole 9 yards, and we are going to be making even more lids and things like that. So be sure to check that out, ladies and gentlemen. Be sure to check that out. Yes, sir. Be sure to check it out, ladies and gentlemen, because we got more stuff coming to the merch store. All right, we got more stuff in the works there for the merch store right there. All right. Nick says, hello, DBL. Hello, hello. Hello, hello. All right. Bobo Beebs says, howdy, howdy, Bobo. He says, here you with Charlie. Copy that, Bobo. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right. So we got that going on right there. All right. But yes, ladies and gentlemen, so far we are keeping an eye on GMM. GMM currently at this point pulling back. It has a high a day at $5.26 that it really has to break for it to be somewhat schmexy to mya. Otherwise it's just meh. Yes. And then after that we're going to take a look at ELPW for Nawamas, and then after that we will go from there. Yes. Alright, let me just put this over here real quick. Let me just get all of this over here. Boom. And we should be all set to go. But yes, definitely GMM did have a little bit of a curl going on. Had a bit of a curl going on before it pulled back there a little bit, but it did have a nice little curl going on there. All right, before it had a high a day of 151. It like literally just as the stream started, it literally shot up to 179 and then pulled back a little bit. So it's been doing that right now. GMM is a China stock. It is a China stock with a 2 million float, 59 million volume as of now. We'll see what happens with this stock. We shall see what happens, ladies and gentlemen. We shall see what happens. All right. All right. All right. There we are. Banger Nation says, good morning. Yes, sir. Good morning. On TikTok. Good morning to the peeps on TikTok. Good morning to the peeps on TikTok. Yes. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right. And let me just put this last thing over here, and we should be good to go. By the way, ladies and gentlemen, be sure to check out our 4-day trial for real-time alerts and scanners for only $9.99. Link to join us in the description down below, as well as the pinned comment section. Shall be blah blah blah. Yes, I can't English today, ladies and gentlemen. Be sure to check out the 4-day trial for real-time alerts and scanners for only $9.99. Link to join us in the description down below, as well as the pinned comment section. So be sure to check that out. We pick a lot of baggers a lot of times. We just made different, and the early bird gets the cash. The moolah, the loots, the cashola, the big bucks, I tell you. Yes, sir. While Doubles relearns English. And by the way, be sure to check out the 3-month deal at a discounted rate of $66.67 per month. Charged quarterly. Be sure to check that out while supplies last. It's for a limited time only, so be sure to check it out. All right, and without further ado, let's take a look at GMM real quick. GMM is currently up 163, had a high of 179%. All right, we called this stock early in the morning. GMM, we called this stock actually yesterday as well as today. Yesterday as well as this morning prior to its run up 179% on our private Discord. There we go. There we go. There we go. There we go. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So, had a nice little run there. GMM has to break the high a day. GMM needs to break the high a day. the high of day at 526 to curl up and break above 179%. There we go. Beautiful. All right, that's what we got going on right there. That is what we got going on. So let's take a look at ELPW. That was Nawamis's request. So let's take a look at ELPW, ladies and gentlemen. Let's take a look at ELPW. ELPW, this is another China stock down 32%. Has some unconfirmed Q2 earnings due in 11 days from now on July 21st before the market open. So we have that going on. This stock kind of really went down and kind of consolidated below the VWAP before dropping down a little bit, consolidating again, and then having another drop right over here. So as of now with this stock, it has kind of just basically moved downward here. It's been on quite a downtrend over here. Really needs volume to really break this downtrend, and also to break the VWAP at 83 cents for it to be somewhat schmexy to me. Let's actually take a look at the support and resistance real quick before we continue. ELPW has a 3 million float. Volume is 39 million, so the volume is there, but it looks like it's bearish. It looks like it's pretty bearish volume right now. So as of now, not looking too schmexy. Not looking too schmexy. Not looking too schmexy as of this point in time. So I'd say, if anything, yeah, it needs to really break this downtrend, as well as the VWAP at 83 cents for it to be somewhat schmexy to me. So we'll take a look at that over here. We'll put this over here. Boom. ELPW. ELPW needs to break the downtrend and the VWAP at 83 cents for it to be somewhat schmexy to meow. There we go. All right, let's take a look at GMM again. GMM now curling up a little bit, up 172%, 173, and it looks like it poked above the high of day a little bit, so it's got that going on. Needs to break this little pennant right here, this little descending wedge that's got forming. All right. It's either that or an ABCD pattern. We'll see what happens here. It could potentially be an ABCD pattern. GMM curling needs to break the new high of day at $5.40. We'll see what happens there. We shall see what happens. Let's see what else we got here. So that's GMM right there. That's GMM. Let's take a look at HAO. HAO currently, all right, shot its way on up over there. I didn't go so far as to say it looks like a potential pennant right here. HAO shot up, pulled back down, and looks like it consolidated just below the VWAP right now. HAO, as of now, needs to break the pennant and also needs to break the $1.60 mark, which is where the VWAP is, for it to be somewhat schmexy to me. So we'll see what happens there. HAO needs to break the VWAP, the pennant, and consolidation. Pennant consolidation, and the VWAP at $1.60 for it to be somewhat schmexy to me. That's HAO. HAO has a 2 million float, 42 million in volume right there, so it does have the volume right there. We'll see what goes on. Let's take a look at CRCA. CRCA has that doing right there. Let's see. As of now, CRCA pulled up a little bit, then kind of curled its way on up slowly, and a little bit of a weird ABCD pattern right there, then formed a bit of a descending wedge. All right, and then kind of sort of went below the VWAP just a little bit before bouncing its way back up and breaking the VWAP right there. And now it's currently on a bit of an uptrend for it to be somewhat schmexy to mya. We'll see what happens there. Bop right there. All right, and as of now, has to break above the high of day at $17.03. Has to break above $17.03 and hold above $16.12 for it to be schmexy to mya. We'll see what happens there, ladies and gentlemen. We shall see what happens there. All right, all right, all right. Whew. All right. Let's get a share party going, by the way, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get to 300, 300, 300, 300. All right. Hold on 1 second. 1 second. All right. All right. All right. Let me just get this all set up here. Hold on. All right. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, let's get a share party going. Let's get a share party going. Share party, share party, share party. All right. All right. There we go. There we go. There we go. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, by the way, if you have any stonks you want us to take a look at, put it in the chat. Put it in the chat and we'll take a look at it, ladies and gentlemen. Put it in the chat and we will take a look at it, ladies and gents. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right. So, that's what we got going on right there. Let's take a look. Let's see how CRCG is doing. All right. Well, let me put in CRCA first. CRCA curling up off the descending wedge, needs to break the high of day at $17.03. Now, as of now, CRCA doesn't exactly have a defined float. Doesn't have a float on record, so we don't exactly know what the float is. But the volume is 2 million, so we'll see what happens there. We shall see what happens. In the meantime, we'll take a look at ELAB. ELAB is a 5 million float, 9 million volume. Let's see what ELAB is up to right now. ELAB, very choppy, choppy, choppy. Has news that the PMGC Holdings shares are trading higher after the company announced its subsidiary North Strive Biosciences announced plans to initiate an independent flow cytometry analysis program to further characterize EL22. And they also have some unconfirmed Q3 earnings due in 11 days on July 21st before the market opens. So they got that going on right there. So we'll see what happens there. We shall see what happens. In the meantime, let's get the graffiti pencil activated. All right. Choppy price action is over here, over here. All right. You got some more right over here. You got more here. You got a lot more over here as well. So, as of now, it's pretty choppy. Not looking too schmexy. Needs volume for it to be schmexy to mya. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right. There we go. ELAB. ELAB. All right. ELAB. Choppy price action and consolidation along the VWAP at $1.28. Needs volume to become schmexy to mya. Needs volume, ladies and gentlemen. Needs volume. There we go. There we go. Let's get a share party going. Let's get to 400. 400, 400, 400. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Let's get to 400, ladies and gentlemen. Come on now. All right. So, That's what we got going on for ELAB. ELAB. Let's take a look at FTRK. FTRK. All right. All right, all right, all right. Let's take a look over here at FTRK. FTRK. All right. Kind of choppy. Actually, not even just choppy. It's just like not a lot of volume going on here. FTRK. FTRK has a 4 million float, 1 million volume. Needs to break the pennant and needs to break above the 46-cent line over here for it to be schmexy to meow, because that is where the VWAP is. FTRK. FTRK needs volume to break the pennant and stay above the VWAP for it to be schmexy to meow. Alright. Let's see here. Let's see here. Alright. Alright, alright, alright. So yeah, that's what we got going on, ladies and gentlemen. That's what we got going on. What you guys got planned for this weekend, ladies and gentlemen? Put it in the chat. Put it in the chat. You know, I got to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, I had a good time yesterday. I got to spend some time with the family after we did the stonks, right? After the stonks, we went to go get some Asian food, actually, believe it or not. So I got my mother and my grandmother. Oh, hold on. GMM. Wait. GMM 202%, 209%. Oh my. GMM 209%. Oh migration. Oh my. GMM 209%. Oh my, oh my. Curled off the pennant and broke the high of day. Up 209%. Needs to now break the new high at $6.10. $6.10 right there. Boom. Alright. Alright. There we are, ladies and gentlemen. There we are. Whew. Alright. Hold on 1 second. 1 second. There we are. Beautiful. Beautiful. Alright. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, there we go. There we go. GMM. GMM moving schmexy right now. Moving schmexy. Needs to break that 610 high a day for it to be schmexy to meow. Alright. Well, ladies and gentlemen, yeah. I mean, oh my, hold on. 221 now. 241. Oh my. 241% now. GMM now 241. 241. Oh my, it went up again. GMM now 241%. Called it, baby. Needs to break the new high a day. At 632. 632. Needs to break that high a day at 632 right there. Oh my, what's it got going on now? Oh my, hold on. I blinked and it literally went upward even more. 652 now. Oh my. Has a bit of a double top forming though. We don't like the double tops, we like the double bottoms, ladies and gentlemen. We like double bottoms. Mm. Needs to break the resistance at $6.18 right there. As well as the resistance at $6.18. Needs to break that $6.18 resistance line for it to be schmexy to mya. Woo! Yes, sir. There we go. There we go, there we go, there we go, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, sir. GMM, 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 now up 241%. Shot up like a rocket. All right. All right. Beautiful. All right, all right, all right. So yeah, that's what we got going on. But ladies and gentlemen, woo, hold on, keep an eye on ZBAO, ZBAO. How's ZBAO holding up? 12 million float, 168 million volume. Hold on 1 second. 1 second, 1 second, 1 second. Hang on 1 second. I'll be right back. I just gotta get some water. All right, I'm back, ladies and gentlemen. I'm back. I'm back. I'm back. Let's take a look at ZBAO, also known as ZBAO Technology Inc. Obviously, China stock needs to break the pennant as well as the VWAP right over here for it to be schmexy to mya. There we go. Bop right there. Formed a bit of a pennant right over here, consolidated below the VWAP. Needs to break the pennant and the VWAP at 68 cents right there for it to be schmexy to mya. So let's go take a look at ZBAO, ZBAO, ZBAO consolidated below the VWAP. Needs to break the pennant and the VWAP at 68 cents for it to be schmexy to mya. Let's get a share party going. Let's get to 600, 600, 600, 600. Let's get it, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get it, let's get it, let's get it. Come on now. Let's get to 600, 600, 600, 600. All right, all right, all right, all right. All right. Ooh. Okay. Let's take a look. We'll see what happens here. But ZBAO has a 12 million float, 169 million volume right there. 169 million volume. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right. Let's see what else we got going on. What else we got? What else we got? Let's see here. CHSN. 2 million float, 26 million volume right there. Let's take a look at CHSN. Very, very choppy as of now, though. A little bit of a choppiness in the price action. Not entirely trusting it right now. Has a bit of a descending wedge here, but I don't entirely trust the stock. There's a China stock right here. China stock. CHSN, 2 million float, 26 million volume right there. Let's take a look over here. Needs to hold above the VWAP over here for it to be schmexy to mya. There we go, there we go. Needs to really hold above that VWAP. Alright. CHSN, CHSN. Alright. Needs to break the descending wedge and the VWAP. Needs to break the descending wedge and needs to break the VWAP at $1.45. At $1.45 for it to be schmexy to mya. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Alright. Alright, alright, alright. There we go. There we go. Alright. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get a share party going. Let's get to 600. 600, 600, 600. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. Alright. But yes. But yeah. Yesterday, Coach, myself, and Mama Money, as well as DBL Moms, we went to go get some Asian food yesterday. Had a good time. Had a good time together. Had a good time. We were originally supposed to go and get some pizza because there's an authentic Italian pizza place. Guy actually is from Italy, believe it or not, and he makes the most delicious authentic Italian pizza we've ever tasted in our lives. Like, I don't know what it is, man. He just knows how to make that. Like, he knows how to make that. There was one where it was like a cheesy white sauce type of deal. All right, and with it, like underneath the cheese, there was just chicken, and it was like nicely cooked chicken. Now, Coach isn't a big chicken fan. Little trivia about him: he does not like chicken. So, for him to actually say that this pizza was delicious, that says a lot because he does not like chicken at all. All right. So, hey, there you go, right there. Little bit of stuff going on there, but we basically ended up getting some ramen, like a authentic ramen, right? Not like cupped ramen or anything like that. No, 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 no. Like authentic ramen, right? It was beef bulgogi tonkatsu ramen. Now, beef bulgogi is South Korean in nature, all right? But tonkatsu, however, is Japanese. In fact, it actually has, it basically translates to ton, meaning pork, and katsu is a shortened version of the word, what was it? I believe katsurine? I think it was that. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. It was, no, excuse me, I'm wrong. Katsuretsu. That's the word. Katsu means something else. Katsuretsu. Katsuretsu means cutlet. So the translation, all right, but they shortened it to say katsu instead of katsuretsu. Otherwise, the actual technical term would be tonkatsuretsu. So they basically said pork ton, and then shortened katsuretsu for katsu, which means cutlet. All right. So yeah, little trivia there. All right. So basically, they love getting that soup. They love it. It's a delicious soup. I love it myself, but I also prefer some steak. I mean some steak. Like they got beef in that one, yes, But me personally, I prefer some steak. So Coach and I actually got something else. We got, because it's a fusion restaurant, so they have, obviously they have like a Chinese stuff, they got Japanese stuff, they got Korean stuff. So that ramen was obviously a mix of Korean and Japanese because bulgogi is Korean, right? Coach and I got a delicious, what's it called there? Teriyaki steak, teriyaki beef bowl. All right, the teriyaki beef bowl, I tell you what, it comes with 2 egg rolls, a little salad there, and they basically have like this rice. You can either get it like steamed or you can get it fried, right? And then basically they just put it there. They put the steak on top, and it's just like this big old thing of steak and rice, and you're just like, oh yeah, oh yeah, it's all coming together. Oh yeah, oh yeah, right there. It was delicious, man. I tell you what. I tell you what. Wonderful place. It is delicious. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That was some good stuff, though. I tell you what, ladies and gentlemen. But yeah, there were. All right, CHSN, by the way, is curling. CHSN curling slightly off the descending wedge a little bit. All right, looks like it broke through 2 different resistance points. It broke the 145 and 152. Now needs to break above 161 for it to be schmexy to me. So CHSN needs volume to continue to curl off the descending wedge. Needs to break the resistance line at 161 for it to be somewhat schmexy to me. There we go. There we go. Woo! All right. All right, all right, all right. Let's take a look at ZBAO. ZBAO looks like it's trying to curl off the pennant a little bit. It's testing the pennant right now. Needs to break the pennant. Needs to break above 68 cents. ZBAO needs to break the pennant that it is testing, as well as the VWAP at 68 cents right there. Boom. There we go, baby. There we go. There we go. There we go. There we go. All right. There we are. There we are. There we are. Let's take a look at GMM. See how GMM's holding up. GMM. So far needs to really break this new little pennant that it formed right over here. Yep. Needs to break this little pennant right here for it to be somewhat schmexy to mya. Needs to break the pennant. There we go. There we go. GMM. Alright, GMM needs to break the pennant and the high of day at 661. It poked above the resistance line a little bit at 618, so we'll see what happens there, but it has to break above that pennant right now. Has to break that for it to really be schmexy to me. Alright. Alright, alright, alright. 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 Let's take a look, see what else we got over here. Alright. HAO, how's HAO holding up? HAO curled up and temporarily broke the VWAP over there before pulling back a little bit. HAO curled off the pennant and poked above the VWAPA before a slight pull back. Needs to break the VWAP at 160 for it to be somewhat schmexy to mya. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right. How's GMM holding up there? GMM. Still doing the same thing. All right. Let's see here. Let's take a look at ZBAO. Let's see how ZBAO's doing. ZBAO. Oh, looks like it's poking above that pennant. It's poking above the pennant right now. There we go. There we go. All right. ZBAO. Slight curl off the pennant. Needs to break VWAP at 68 cents for it to be schmexy to mya. There we go. There we are. There we are. All right. Now, ladies and gentlemen, let's get a share party. Let's get another share party going on. All right. All right, all right, all right. All right. All right, let's get a share party going. Let's get to 800, 800, 800, 800. Hold on one second. Boom, right there. All right. Good, good, good. There we go. There we go. All right. Woo, okay. There we are. Let's take a look and see what else we got over here. What else we got? GMM slightly curling its way on up again. GMM 220, 242 now. Now 242. There we go. GMM now 242. GMM went up 242%. Still needs to break the pennant and the high a day at 661, 661. Yes. All right. There we are. There we are. There we go. Woo. All right. Yeah. GMM's currently just doing its thing right now. Really needs to break that pennant. Needs to break that pennant right there. Let's see what goes on. Let's get a share party going on there, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get a share party going on. All right, let's get a share party going. Let's get to 900, 900, 900, 900. All right. All right. There we are. Hold on 1 second. 1 second, 1 second, 1 second. Alright. There we are. Okay. Alright. Well, while GMM is doing that, I'm actually going to go check and see some requests real quick. See some requests. Hold on 1 sec. Whew. Let me see. Alright, hold on. Alright, let's take a look. Someone requested ASTS. ASTS. Alright, let's take a look at ASTS. ASTS, as of now, very choppy. Very, 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 very choppy as of now. Not looking too schmexy. To mya. Alright, let's get... Alright, a lot of chop over here. Chop over there. Chop over there. And a downtrend right over here. ASTS dropped like a rock. ASTS dropped like a rock. Expensive. Not looking too schmexy either. Not looking too schmexy right there. Alright. There we go. Alright. ASTS, as of now, needs to break the downtrend and needs to break the VWAP at 74.13. It is not schmexy at all. This stock is extremely expensive. Low volume. Not looking schmexy. ASTS, low volume, needs to break the downtrend and the VWAP. Low volume and expensive. Dropped like a rock. Needs to break the downtrend and the VWAP at 74.13. But even then, this stock is not schmexy to me. Not schmexy to me. So we'll take a look and see what else we got. What else we got over here? Yeah, not looking too schmexy over there. Not looking too schmexy for ASTS. This stock is very, very choppy. It is extremely volatile. Does not look schmexy to me. It looks like it's dropping like a rock right now. So, not looking too good there. Not looking too good. Someone requested SPCX at SpaceX. All right. SPCX. All right. As of now, down 0.7%. Obviously, it's expensive. All right, let's take a look. Obviously, the float is going to be extremely heavy. Volume is going to be extremely light. Not my cup of tea, really, with this stock right now. We'll see what happens with it, but, I mean, as of now, meh, All right. All right. SPCX needs to break the pennant and consolidation. As of now, expensive and very choppy price action. Low float. So, not too schmexy to mya. Not schmexy. Alright, alright, alright. Alright. So, not schmexy to me. Not schmexy to mya. All right. Someone requested SUNE. SUNE. All right. Very choppy. Very choppy. I'm gonna be real. It looks terrible. Choppiness everywhere. Chop City. Chop City. Chop City. And I ain't talking about the steak. Chop City. All right. Not looking schmexy over here on SUNE. Not looking schmexy. Not looking schmexy at all. Needs to break the pennant right there for it to be schmexy to me. SUNE. Very choppy. And low float. Needs volume to break the pennant. Alright. Not looking too schmexy as of now. Very choppy price action right there. So, not looking too schmexy. Not looking too schmexy. Meh. This stock is not looking too schmexy to me. Alright. Let me see here. Let's see what we got going on. What else we got? What else we got? What else we got? Let me see here. Hold on. Alright. 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 So, in the meantime, what we're going to do... Oh, hold on. Slaughter asks... SKHYV, how they looking? SKHYV? I don't know if that's a stock. SKHYV. No, that's not a stock, brother. But, yeah, no, if you have a stock, definitely put it in the chat, brother, man. Put it in the chat, Slaughter. Yes, and we will take a look. We will take a look. Yeah, there's a... I don't know which stock that is because that's not a stock here. But let me know. Let me know. Put it in the chat. All right. So, let's see what we got going on. Let's see what we got going on over here. Hold on. Let's take a look at CHSN. CHSN. Let's see how that's doing. CHSN, as of now, eh. Formed a bit of a downtrend more than anything, really. So, I'd even go so far as to say get rid of this. Get rid of that. Get rid of this. Because it did have that almost there. Alex says, almost missed the show. Good morning, everyone. Doubles. Coach Bobo here. Bobo, you here? Yeah, of course. Of course, brother. Of course. Marty. Yeah. Everybody. Everybody. How you doing, Alex? How you doing? Hope you made lots of money. Alex money, Alex money, Alex money. Yes, sir. All right. As of now, CHSN needs to break the downtrend and needs to break the $1.37 resistance line. CHS actually needs to break 127. All right, so CHSN on the downtrend needs to break resistance at 127 for it to be schmexy to meow. TTV NASA. Hi, Coach. Just wanted to hop in and say what's up. Yeah, it's doubles, but yes. Hello. How you doing? Nice to meet you, NASA. All right. Joab says, what's up, Marty? There we go. Yeah, as of now, this one is currently needs to break that downtrend right there. NASA says, hi, doubles. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you, too. Coach has spoken highly of you. He speaks very highly of you. You're one of his friends on the Fortnite there, right? Yeah. Nice to meet you, man. Nice to meet you. Yes. All right. TV NASA says, yeah, very nice to meet you, brother. I hear you guys have been streaming together and chilling and doing your thing. All right. Bobo Beep says, what's up, Alex? What's up? Well, I'm not Alex, but yes. But I want to say what's up to Bobo, too. I want to say what's up to Bobo, too. So, you know. All right. But yes. As of now, this needs to break the downtrend for CHSN. GMM pulled back as well. ZBAO pulled back a little bit as well. We're going to see what happens at the 8:30 bell. 8:30 bell, excuse me, the 9:30 bell. Excuse me, what am I saying? Oh, it's 8:30 here, 9:30 there. So, yeah. 9:30 bell over here. So we're going to be doing that right there. What do you think about SK Hynix Inc.? Initial IPO today. Oh, okay. Give me a second. Let me find the ticker for it. Oh, okay. I see which one you're looking at. All right. Yep. That is SKHYV. As of now, I mean, there's not really much I could say about it. SKHYV. Oh, it's a weird little thing here. Give me a second. SKHynix. There we go. There it is. As of now, it doesn't have any data, so I can't really give it anything. I could probably take a look at the... Well, I can't take a look at the float either. Actually, you know what? Give me a second. Give me a second. I got something. 1 second. Let me see something real quick. Let me see if I can find some info on it on the Discord. Give me 1 second. SKHYV. Alright, well, as of now, the IPO price is currently 158.14, has a 177.9 million shares offered, with a deal size being 28.13 billion. That is SK Hynix Inc. as of now. So, yeah, it's one of those things where, let's see here. It has a target of 29 billion US dollars. So they got that going on right there as AI demand has surged. And this is, and the SK in SK Hynix Inc. is obviously South Korea. This is a South Korean stock that plans to raise up to $29.4 billion through a U.S. stock market listing that would be among the biggest listings globally, as it is actually supplied, from what I'm reading here, it is supplied by NVIDIA. All right, so we got that going on right there. So, as of now, I don't have much of an opinion on this thing either way, because it's still new. It's still new. It's got to acquire some data. But South Korea's government has been discussing some major new chip investments with Samsung. So, they have been talking about that. And I'm pretty sure that would probably have something to do with it, too, if you think about it. They did file to go public with the IPO, obviously, I'd say about, what, 2 weeks ago? Maybe more, maybe about 2 weeks ago. Around 2 weeks ago, I'd say, Slaughter. But if anything, as of now, it's one. It needs more data for me to actually have a real opinion on it. Could it be something? Maybe. But if it's $158 per share, I'm probably not going to be interested in it myself. Me personally, I'm probably not going to be interested. But it's one of those things where it needs a lot of... It needs time to breathe. You know what I mean? It needs time to breathe for me to really develop a good opinion on it or not. Because like I could... it seems promising, right? But it's one of those things where... No, you gotta wait for it. You gotta wait for it to really get some data together. All right. Alex has been so busy and barely trading. I am up 15% in almost a month. Not horrible, but I could use some more time on the charts. Of course, man. But hey, look, you're up. You're making your money. That's all that matters. All right. Alex says, how you doing today, Bobo? You cook. I am trade free so far. Sold out LJHL last night for some crazy profit on a small position. There you go, Alex. There you go. Congratulations, brother. There you go. There you go. LJHL. LJHL. Let's take a look. Is it LJHL or LJHL? Hold on. Am I tweaking? Hmm. All right. Well, you know what? In the meantime, I'll take a look at HAO. HAO. Now, again, HAO is a China stock, so not entirely trusting of the China stocks. I'm not exactly too trusting of them. They tend to really be a little bit sporadic with the price action, but I will give HAO some credit where credit's due. It is curling its way on up off the pennant right now. Curled its way up off the pennant right here. Hold on. Let me get this right over here. Boom. All right. All right. Needs to break this pennant right here, but it broke the VWAP. That is good. That is extremely good. It broke the VWAP so far. But yeah, there we go. So HAO, as of now, needs to break the pennant and needs to break the... Hold on. Needs to break the pennant, and let's get some support and resistance lines for it. Let's get some support and resistance lines for it right here. All right, bop right there, and bop right there. Okay, so as of now, HAO needs to break the pennant and needs to break the $1.75 resistance line for it to be schmexy to meow. There we go. But it looks like it's pulling back right now. Looks like it's pulling back. Come on now. Come on. Come on, curl back up there and break that 175. It needs to break the little descending wedge over here and break that $1.75 mark for it to be schmexy to meow. So that's what we got going on right there. HAO needs to break the descending wedge and the resistance at 175 for it to be schmexy to meow. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right. All right. So let's take a look at JZXN. JZXN. All right. Hold on. 1 second. 1 second. JZXN as of now. Alex says, no, I'm tweaking. JLHL. Oh, okay. JLHL. All right. I feel you on that, Alex. I feel you on that. All right. No, you're not tweaking, brother. It's okay. It's okay. Typos happen. Typos happen. JZXN. Also another China stock. A lot of these China stocks been moving, man. I tell you what. But, hey, the China stocks be going. It's moving up. It's moving up slightly. It is moving up slightly as of now. It is on a little bit of an uptrend here, but JZXN has a 1 million float, 5 million volume, so JZXN is moving up, broke the VWAP. We'll see what happens there. We shall see what happens. We'll get some support and resistance lines over here for it. All right, but yeah, JZXN, as of now, needs to break the... All right. It's on the uptrend. Firstly, on the uptrend, needs to break the resistance at 165 for it to be somewhat schmexy to meow. There we go. There we go. All right. All right. All right. All right. Okay. All right, let's get a share party going, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get the 13 handy, 13 handy, 13 handy. All right. All right, all right, all right. Hold on 1 second. All right. So, as of now, we'll take a look at JLHL for Alex, though. We'll take a look at JLHL. See how JLHL is doing. We'll see how it's doing right here. All right, so JLHL as of now. I'm happy though, Alex. You made a profit off of this here. But JLHL as of now is currently on a bit of a downtrend, but curled its way on up off that downtrend just now. All right, curled its way on up right there. Boom. Needs to break the VWAP at 18.74. Needs to break that VWAP at $18.74 for it to be Shmexy to Meow, but has curled up off the downtrend over here. JLHL curled off the downtrend and broke the VWAP and is trying. It needs to break the VWAP and needs to break the VWAP at $18.73 for it to be Shmexy to Meow. There we go. There we go. All right. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, that's nice news. Oh, one of my favorite wrestlers. Wow, one of the members of my favorite wrestling faction is almost back in action. Oh, good. I'm just gonna be watching this. Oh, I can't. I'm planning on seeing that. I'm planning on seeing that. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, little trivia about me. I am a big wrestling fan. I am a big wrestling fan. I am. I am. I like me some WWE, some AEW, some of the independent stuff as well. And I just found out that Joe Gacy is going to be in an event called the Star Spangled Slammer. Ooh. And he has an autobiography. Oh, actually, no, that's not an autobiography. Excuse me. He's gonna be doing some sort of thing called it's a play on the name The Silence of the Lambs, which is like a horror movie. This one's called The Silence of the Slams. Ah yes. Ah yes. Good. Good. Yes. I used to pray for times like these. All right. All right, all right, all right, ladies and gentlemen. So, let's see. All right, all right, all right. Hold on. Just checking through here. All right. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, what do you guys got planned for this weekend? Put it in the chat. Put it in the chat, ladies and gentlemen. Ugh, JLHL. Oof. Oof, went back down. Yep. Oh, it had that little curl, but ooh. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Let's go to GMM. GMM. All right. As of now, GMM has formed a pennant right here. All right, but then it dropped back down, went below the 566 support line. Now it looks like it's trying to curl up and break it, but it really needs some volume to break 566 and then needs to break the high a day at 661. 661. Alex says, yeah, I just saw that too. That was disgusting. Yes, it was, man. Look, I mean, hey, it happens. You got to remember it's a couple things. Number one, people are still coming back from holiday. Number two, you also have, obviously geopolitical stuff will, have a hand in that stuff too. And also to top it off, it's one of those things where, it's a choppy market right there. Yeah, it'd be like that. So, it'd be like that. It'd be like that, ladies and gentlemen. What do you guys got planned, though, ladies and gents? Put it in the chat. Put it in the chat, ladies and gentlemen. Me, personally, actually, I want to see what the weather's going to be like. What's the weather for this weekend? I might hit up the steakhouse. Ah, come on. Thunderstorms. Ah. Ah, well, that's nothing too bad. I'm not exactly broken up about that. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, I'm not broken up about that. By the way, the bell! The bell! It deafens me. Alright, we'll see what happens. We shall see what happens. Casey Boyle says, where did you learn to read charts? Taught myself. Taught myself. Yeesh. Alright. As of now, it went up. Then GMM is pulling back down, though. It tested the resistance at 566, but it's pulled back down. So, we'll see what happens there, ladies and gentlemen. We'll see what happens. Again, it's also Friday, too, so a lot of people are kind of just, they're either playing hooky or they're just like, all right, you know what, I'm getting ready for the weekend. That, people do that. It do be like that sometimes. So, GMM, as of now, not looking schmexy to me. Not looking schmexy to me. But, hey, since it's going to be a thunderstormy weekend, I might as well just chill. I got stuff to do. I got other stuff that I could do. I always have like a plan for if it's rainy or if it's sunny. If it's sunny, I go to the beach. If it's rainy, I like go play video games. Go play video games and I make food, and play video games, make food and chill with the coach. That's pretty much it. and the Banger Nation on Saturday, of course. Yeesh. But yeah, as of now, that's the plan, ladies and gentlemen. That is the plan. So I'm keeping an eye on this right here. Let's see. Let's see what else we got going on here. Let's take a look at HAO. I'm curious what's going on with HAO. I think it's pulling back. Oh, wait. Nope. It's a top tail. Top tail. We don't like the top tails. We like the bottom tails, ladies and gentlemen. We like the bottom tails. So, yeah. As of now, needs to break the 175 resistance line over there. And it looks like it's testing it right now. So we'll see what happens. Alright. Alright. So, HAO trying to curl off that descending wedge and break the 175 resistance right there. That's what we got going on for HAO. HAO needs to break the descending wedge and the resistance at $1.75 for it to be somewhat schmexy to me. Alright. 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 XPod asks for JZXN. Bet. We'll take a look. We shall take a look. Alright, JZXN. Just gotta make sure the stream's still up and working. Oh my. JZXN, massive price spike. Massive price spike right there. Up 85%. Looks like it halted. Yeah, it doesn't look like it's moving right now, but it did have a nice price spike going on there. Called it earlier in the day as well. We did call this earlier in the day. JZXN. Yeah, called it earlier today, 9:18 a.m. All right, and it shot up nicely to $2.17. That is the high of day. And yeah, it's up there. It's on the uptrend right now. JZXN on the uptrend. All right, up 85%. Needs to break the high of day at $2.17. Price spike. So that's what we got going on right there. 1 million float, 15 million volume. So that's what we have going on. But yeah, that's it for me, ladies and gentlemen. So, thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, as well as ring that bell icon to stay notified when new videos are uploaded. And remember to share, because sharing is caring, ladies and gentlemen. Sharing is caring. And of course, if you want access to our private Discord, link to join us in the description down below, as well as the pinned comment section. So be sure to check that out. We pick a lot of baggers a lot of times. We're just made different. And the early bird gets the cash, the moolah, the loots, the cashola, the big bucks, I tell you. And of course, ladies and gentlemen, you can find us on our YouTube channel at Coaching Money. At Coaching Money, where we do all sorts of live streams, stock reviews, stock analysis, long form videos, short form videos, funny videos, entertaining videos, informative videos, and of course motivational videos. You can find all that and more on our YouTube channel. So be sure to give it a like, comment, subscribe, ring the bell icon, stay notified when new videos are uploaded. Remember to share, do all that cool stuff. All right, and of course, be sure to check out our X.com, aka Twitter, at Coaching Money. At Coaching Money, where we do all sorts of live streaming, stock reviews, and stock analysis there. Be sure to give it a heart, give it a repost, give it a comment, and of course, give it a follow. All right, check us out on our Twitch at Coaching Money. At Coaching Money, where we do all sorts of live streaming as well. So you can check us out there. All right, you could follow us, comment, say hello, share it with the peeps, and of course, do everything there. Chill. You know, just you chill over there as well. We got our Facebook as well, at Coaching Money. At Coaching Money, where we do all sorts of live streaming, stock reviews, and stock analysis there as well. Give it a like, comment, share, and follow. Show it some love. We really appreciate the support there. Of course, check out our TikTok at Coaching Money. At Coaching Money, our TikTok, Tiki Taki, aka the Tac Tac. The Tac Tac. You can find us there at DBL Nicks, at DBL Nicks. At DBL NICKS. And the screen name is Coach Nick Money. Money. Yes. Yes, and by the way, nice gentleman by the name of NASA says hi to you, by the way. He said hi to you.
NASA's from Hover, man.
Oh, he's from Hover?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, he's part of Hover's org.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, man. He's a high-end Fortnite player.
Nice.
Yes, sir.
All right, there you go.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Sir.
Yeah. All right. Well, yeah, I wanted to let you know.
Thank you.
Yes, and of
I said, what up, dog?
yes, and by the way, NASA, if you're still hanging around, Coach says, "What up?"
What up?
What's that? That's what he says. He says, "What's that?" That's what he says right there. So, you got that. Let's see what else we got there. We got our Instagram and Threads at Coaching Money. At Coaching Money, where we do lots of stock reviews and stock analysis as well. So be sure to check that out. All right. And yeah, that's what we got going on. So much love, ladies and gentlemen. Take care of yourselves. Have a wonderful day. I'll see you guys at 1:30 p.m. for Power Play, which is going to be at 1:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, hosted by the legend himself, Coach Nick Money, as he traverses the stock market prior to the Power Hour. And what he likes to do is he likes to basically give his honest review and analysis of the stocks prior to the Power Hour, right? And he basically just does its thing there. He takes a look at the stocks. He gives his thought process on it, right? Gives an honest review and analysis on it, and then after that he lets the stock simmer a little bit on high heat with a little bit of paprika, a little bit of sazon, a little bit of cumin, a little bit of turmeric, right? All sorts of cool stuff there. By the way, JZXN is resuming, up 95%. But, yeah, all sorts of cool stuff like that. He lets it simmer on high heat with a little bit of sazon, cumin, little tagine, all that good stuff. That's the flavor right there. And what he likes to do while he's waiting for the stocks to simmer a little bit is he goes and gets some dubs for the community on Fortnite. So that's what he likes to do right there. He gets some dubs for the community right there. But yeah, that's what he likes to do. So, he gets some dubs for the community. And JZXN is now up 111%. 111% right there. Hold on, let me just put that up real quick. JZXN. Now up 111%. There we go. All right. But yeah, that's it. So that's what he likes. That's what he does right there. He gets some dubs for the community in the meantime. And that's what he does. He likes to get some dubs for the Banger Nation. All right.
Banger Nation.
The Banger Nation right there.
Right there.
Yes, her.
Right there, fellow.
All right. Quick thing before we wrap up. If you guys have been watching and you're serious about trading small caps, don't just sit on the outside trying to piece it together. We've got a 4-day full access pass for only $9.99, as well as a 3-month full access pass for $66.67 per month, charged quarterly. So be sure to check that out. And it's full access. You come inside, you get to see how we actually operate live. You get to see how we structure trade ideas, how we map levels, how we think about risk, how we handle momentum. You get access to the next day early watch list, as well as a 24/7 market news flow, which is actually being shown on the right-hand side of the screen right here, complete with the hyperlink to the article, a synopsis of what goes on within said article, as well as a hyperlink to the ticker that is affiliated with the news within said article. So that way, you basically could do your own due diligence and learn about the stocks before you put your hard-earned human monies into it. Yes, I had to make a Danhausen reference. All right, but yeah, you could do all that and more. And of course, there is the pre-market, regular hours, and after-hours scanners, which is actually one of which is on the left-hand side of the screen, complete with the ticker, the price, the volume, the float, the changing percentage, whether the stock is moving up or down, the time at which it was scanned, hyperlinks regarding each and every single one of these tickers. So you got the hyperlinks for all those as well, right? And yeah, all that catalyst context built right in. And of course, you get access to our ticker tape built to catch stocks when they're starting to heat up, but before they go parabolic, complete with hyperlinks as well. Because, ladies and gentlemen, we don't do noise, we do structure. And if that's how you want to approach this market, grab the 4-day pass or the 3-month pass and come see it live. Link to join us in the description down below, as well as the pinned comments section, so be sure to check it out. And when you come in, let us know you saw us on the stream. We'd love to hear from you. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's it from me. Much love. It's Double Nicks. I love you guys. I'll see you at 1:30 p.m. for Power Play. All right, ladies and gentlemen.